On a night when darkness had claimed every corner of the ranch, a single moment of temptation changed everything. Inside the barn, a young woman trembled, facing more than she could bear, while a rugged rancher wrestled with emotions he couldn't control. Her desperate plea, deeper, "Please, I can't take it anymore," unleashed secrets that had long been buried. Would he resist, or would he do the unthinkable? This story takes you into a storm of desire, tension, and forbidden passion, and the next scene will leave you breathless, waiting for more. The ranch lay quiet under the silver glow of the moon, shadows stretching long across the fields. The scent of damp earth and hay mixed with the faint, acrid smoke from a lantern burning in the barn. She shivered, not from the cold but from the tension building inside her. Every creak of the wooden floorboards, every gust of wind rattling the barn doors made her heart pound faster. He was there, standing tall and unyielding, his presence filling the small space with an almost unbearable intensity. His eyes held a storm of emotions, desire, hesitation, and something darker, unspoken. Her voice broke through the silence, trembling and desperate. "Deeper, please, I can't take it anymore," she whispered, her words hanging heavy in the air. For a moment he froze, the plea echoing in his mind, making him question everything he thought he knew about control. The tension between them was suffocating, a tangible force that pressed them closer together, yet also warned of the dangerous edge they were teetering on. His hand hovered near hers, unsure whether to bridge the gap or retreat, caught between longing and restraint. Outside, the wind howled, carrying the wildness of the night into the barn, reflecting the chaos simmering between them. Each second stretched, charged with anticipation and fear, until it felt as though the barn itself was holding its breath, waiting for what would come next. He stepped closer, each movement deliberate, as if the air itself had thickened around them. His hand brushed against hers, sending a jolt of heat through both of them. The storm outside raged on, rain lashing against the wooden walls, lightning illuminating the barn in fleeting bursts. Every clap of thunder seemed to mirror the pounding of their hearts. He could feel the tremor in her voice, the pleading urgency that wrapped around him like a vice. For a long moment he hesitated, his mind wrestling with the rules of decency he had lived by for years. But desire, raw and unrelenting, surged through him, drowning out caution. He could no longer ignore the pull between them, the magnetic force that made every rational thought impossible. Slowly, almost painfully, he crossed the line he had sworn never to approach. Their lips met, a hesitant, burning kiss that ignited something neither expected. She pressed closer, surrendering to the moment, and he responded with a mix of awe and guilt. Time seemed to dissolve around them, leaving only the storm, the barn, and the fierce, desperate connection they shared. Every touch was electric, every breath between them charged with a tension that had built over countless unspoken moments. In that instant, nothing else mattered, no rules, no boundaries, only the unthinkable act that would change the course of their lives forever. The world outside could rage on, but inside, they were locked in a tempest all their own, one that neither would ever forget. When the storm finally subsided, the barn was drenched in the soft, pale light of dawn. The rain had washed the night clean, leaving the air crisp and heavy with the scent of wet earth and hay. They stood apart, still trembling from the intensity of the moment, their breaths ragged, hearts still racing. The silence between them was thick, almost tangible, filled with unspoken words, lingering touches, and the weight of what had just happened. Guilt and desire warred in their minds simultaneously. He ran a hand through his hair, staring at the floor as if searching for the courage to speak, while she avoided his gaze, cheeks flushed and lips slightly parted. Every glance, every subtle movement hinted at the storm of emotions they were barely able to contain. The barn, once a place of work and routine, now seemed transformed, charged with a lingering tension, as if the walls themselves remembered the night's passion. Outside, the first rays of sunlight broke over the horizon, casting golden streaks across the fields. The day had begun, but nothing would be ordinary again. Every choice, every glance, and every secret desire had shifted their world irreversibly. They both knew that the unthinkable act had tied them together in a way that could not be undone. As the light filled the barn, illuminating their faces and the space around them, a fragile understanding passed between them. Their lives at the ranch would never be the same, and every moment ahead would be colored by the events of that stormy night.